Yeah, they build the stuff with metals pretty fast. All our piping's in place. We could even be proactive now and start to build the items that are necessary for it to survive. For example, water. Definitely going to need a water tank here. Going to need a moxie. This creates air, oxygen. And we're going to have an oxygen tank, which stores it. Oxygen tank. This is going to store oxygen. You know, it's important for us to store water and oxygen because if something happens to our water, we have stored oxygen, stored water, which will help us in the event that it takes some hours or time to fix something. You can have like a day or two's worth of water, a day or 2 or 3 days worth of oxygen. Very valuable. So the transport now, instead of 30, can now hold 45. Previously, when it starts, it holds 30, but now it can hold 45. That's very valuable because you make less trips. Because in the beginning, your transport's going to be doing most of the work from base to base. Like for example, if I set up a base here, if I set up a dome here, my transport's going to be the device, the drone that's going back and forth. These aren't connected. Send our explorer over here to scan. I'm on 3 times the normal speed, which sometimes you will do that because some of these processes are slow and I don't have a lot of drones right now. Right? We only have 14 drones. It says the load is medium. If I had 25 drones, things could get done a lot faster. What we will do too is we're ready to start this basic dome build. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on, and then the drones will start to bring materials here in order to build this dome. Because once this dome is built, we can consider bringing people. Right now the Moxie's already pumping oxygen, so oxygen's being stored in the oxygen tank. There's no water running yet because I'm going to turn that on. It's going to draw power. I don't need water just to fill this up. I'll turn it on a little before we bring people, but we won't need to now. New sector scan. Ooh, more stuff. Water. Nice. More rare materials. Interesting. That's good. It's great, actually. I might even have a dome that covers both of these. Maybe the slow it down just in case something happens. Maybe the barrel dome. Barrel dome is not big enough to cover these. Okay, that's fine. Our rocket's ready to go back home. So in the event that we had expeditions available, I click on this. Here's where we are, the Oasis of Mars. Here's our position. Here's the whole planet. Once we're able to do expeditions, they'll appear here. And then we could send the rockets from here to that expedition. Now I'm just sending them home. See you later, rocket. Does this thing full? Yeah, 45. We're going to come dump this over here. Unload. Can watch a little bit of this rocket take off. Maybe I'll speed it up a little bit. See you later. Thanks for dropping us off some goodies. Alright, we keep working. We're going to do this first. I'm going to hold down shift, then click on this. And it will do this first and then move to that automatically. It's queued up. New text for research. Let's look at them.
Treasure trove of undiscovered knowledge and wonder, so long as you know where to look.
3D machining, machine parts, DRC commander, Nice, we got some stuff here. Sensors, funding, fuel. Maybe that's fine. We farm. We have the apartment. Yeah, we'll go ahead and put that on the list. It's at a good price. Where are we at money-wise? 3.4. Do I want to spend 0.2 of that on outsourcing? I do. Because that will make things faster. So instead of 3.4, we're at 3.2. I'm fine with it. We got a lot of good stuff over here. Okay, we don't need another rocket yet, so we're just going to keep on building and gaining our resources here. Spend a lot of our concrete on this, but it's going to keep making it, so it's fine. Metals, I keep getting surface metals for now, which is fine. You get metal deposits later as they come up. Gonna queue those up, and it'll stop when it's full, so you can queue up a bunch of things, and once it's full it'll stop and you'll see it on your bottom taskbar there. Okay, we'll double check on power here. So it's draining. We still have this much. If we hover over, stored power lasts 6 hours, so the amount of power we have will last 6 hours. We're already in our new day, and you can see the sun coming up, so we're okay. I won't need too much more power yet. I'm patient with it. See, look, that starts right back up, and it didn't even get halfway barely, and now it's charging again. So there we gain some more. We're almost done with the autonomous sensors, which is going to be great. We'll be able to save some metals on running wires to them. Then I can also start setting them up in places that I wouldn't normally go. Our dome, there it is. There's our dome. We'll slow down a little bit. Okay, so the dome is built. It's asking for water. One of the first things I do when domes are built is I turn them off because they require power, and then I quarantine them so no colonists can come in or out. And maybe not right now, it's not valuable to quarantine because nobody's here, but if there was a dome next to it, colonists could go in there and it's not ready for them to be in there. So you want to consider some of those things. No life support? Yep, don't worry, we will get some. Constructed a new dome, 500 research, that helped us get the sensors. The rest of it dumped right into Mars crowdfunding. That's why I told you all we should always have a research queue, because once one finishes, it dumps the points into the other if there's extra. And this is more applicants. Be good soon. Science, botanist. Could do more applicants. We want more applicants. More to choose from is always good because they have perks and they have negatives also. Here's an accumulator. That's going to be good. This thing stores huge capacities. Charges slowly, but it stores a lot. Probably should throw a farm in here somewhere. The thing I took off was the applicants. Oh, increase research provided by sponsor. That's good. So we're gonna put that up here. Increase, yeah, that's valuable. So that's going up above almost everything, because that's 100 more every soul. So like the sponsor will now give me 500. Again, the research is very valuable to us. Okay, now we have to start preparing the dome. Okay, now we're going to start preparing the dome. It's off, quarantined. What I mean by preparing is we're going to need a few things in every dome that creates success. I'm going to turn this on too because we need to build that, get it ready for when people come. So every dome is going to require living. So we'll throw some living space in there. That was going to hold 14 people, good enough for us to get started. Need a nursery. The nursery is going to hold kids. Very valuable. Gonna need a diner. They love to dine. It creates social. So if you hover over it, it'll tell you like dining, social, food. It tells you the cost, the consumption, the maintenance, the service comfort. So we want them to be as comfortable as possible in here, because if they're comfortable, they create babies. If they create babies, your colony grows, right? So you're not always exporting and importing people in. There's so a handful of things that they always need in every dome, or you try to if it's not connected to a dome that doesn't have it. This right here that I'm putting in is an infirmary. They have a nursery, they have an infirmary, they have a diner. I'm actually going to put a grocer in here, a grocery store. And I'm going to bring in, from life support, a hydroponic farm. I don't think this is going to produce enough food for us in the beginning until I get farms. This is it. This is what I'm going to have until I get a farm, and I'll also be importing food. So right now they're not built yet, but they're getting built, so I'm laying all this stuff out. What else can I put for comfort? Right here, the amphitheater, social, relaxation, and luxury, and it doesn't take people to man and work. Now we're going to add a couple decorations things. We'll put a small fountain over here because those are small ones. I'll put a small garden because these are just one tiles right here in between. We'll let this get built and we'll take a look at it and see what kind of what are we missing, or if this is enough value. New texts are available.
There's more to the barren environs of the Red Planet than meets the eye. A veritable treasure trove of undiscovered knowledge and wonder, so long as you know where to look.
Oh, walks, water, oxygen, power, expanded by 50%. That's valuable. That's good. We still have a lot up here that cost less, that are valuable and good too, so they're on our list. We're doing all right. We're doing all right. Speed it up a little. Let's get stuff built, and probably before, depending on where we're at, I may bring in a ship of a cargo ship. Gaining metals out there. Let's come drop them off. Just like the Explorer, if we click on it and we go to follow camera, we're able to watch it drive. Some cool stuff. You just click away and you can do it. Okay, so this is built. This is the rare metals extractor. I'm going to turn it off. We don't need it right now. It takes 4 people each shift. open those shifts up, even those people aren't here. But it takes geologists, so when we bring people in, they'll have to be geologists that work in there. And there's specialty for almost all of them except for non-specialties. So right now, here's a diner. I'm right clicking over these positions, these two positions here, because as you know, we're new. I don't want all 4 of people to work in there. So here, this is also, I'm going to do the same thing for the infirmary. I don't want all 4 people to work in there, depending on who comes in to do what. And since I'm going to leave them, on right now. Resource water low, that's fine, because that's just for this. And here, there's nothing being stored. Not yet. Once I turn this on, we'll be fine. That'll have plenty of water for this dome, for 2 domes maybe, depending what I have in there, because this will take water. Hydroponic farm will take water. The big farm will take water. That I'll turn off because it's going to start making food, and it'll be wheatgrass, 1 soul. So here it says low yield but grows very fast. Water consumption 0.6. 1 soul, it grows 2.5. It also reduces oxygen consumption. This takes 4 souls but makes 12. It's not good early. 4 souls makes 10. We're just going to do wheatgrass every day for now. That building's off though. When I turn it on, it's going to say crop yield failed or something, because it's not properly set up. Let's gather some metals. Here we also have a moisture vaporator, so I'm probably going to add the moisture vaporator over here. That's going to help us with water. I want to think future. I don't have them overlapping. They can touch like that, but they can't overlap. This one's providing 1 water. That one's going to provide 1 water. This one will actually start filling that up, which is valuable before me even turning that on. So there it is. See, it's starting to fill up. That's good. Yes, look at us. More rare materials. So there's a lot of rare materials over here. This is a great start. Rare material, rare material, rare material, rare materials. Great start. Because remember, these we export back to Earth, and they make us some money. And you know, it's good to make money early, because then you can have constant cargo ships coming in. Right now, I'm okay if I don't bring stuff, but I'm always a fan of being sure. And you know what? Before I bring people, we are going to bring another cargo rocket. We'll do another drone hub. We're going to do another moisture vaporator. I'm going to do food on this one. I'm okay with electronics, not having a lot of electronics. We need food. Food's going to be important. They'll fill up fast. I have 25 fuel. So when it comes, it needs 30 fuel. It'll fill up and send it, so that by the time I'm ready to send people over here, okay, so we do have a drone hub. So now we have to figure out what are we going to do with this drone hub? Do I want to connect it to something close? Right now I have no value really right here, because it's just a concrete deposit. This isn't bad. It's a concrete deposit with a vista, so I can put a dome there. But again, early we want to make money. And this right here is a great spot because we're going to be able to make money. I'm just going to put that there for now. What you want to look at too is like, see here, they're not connected yet, but I could always put one here, maybe connect that. But I'm going to have another drone hub here that will allow us to use, you know, this area. That'll connect these two. So don't worry, like, if this cuts off a little bit, it's fine. As long as you have access to the deposit, you're good. I have access to this. Just build inside. I have access to this one. That's plenty. Yeah, this looks like a good spot. I can put the water there. Eventually connect the water through here or up here. Most likely here. To this one too. This one's probably going to be around here. Curious if I should start. I click on this drone hub. We didn't build it yet, so. Just so I have an idea. Yeah, that's where they'll overlap. Excellent. Excellent. So we want them to overlap a little bit so that if something happens to the pipes, then we're okay. We'll leave that there for now, because before I activate that, I'm bringing another drone hub. I'm bringing another drone hub, so before I activate it, I'll be able to check here. How are we power-wise? I'm gonna have to build a couple more of these because once we turn on that dome, it's gonna require more power. And again, you could just build wind turbines, but just be aware, you see the maintenance? It's going to maintenance 0.5 machine parts over time. So if you have a lot of those, the machine parts are gone. This here is only going to maintenance with a metal. It's easier to find metal on Mars and get metal on Mars. So yeah, focus on, you know, these maintenance things in the beginning because they're all going to require it. What we can do now too is turn this water on soon. And we can go ahead and go get more of those materials, metals. Okay, so this will be fine because once I turn that on, we could just see what it looks like. Turn it on. Look how much the power drops. We're going to turn that off for now. May even need another, which doesn't hurt. Let's put another power accumulator here. Because remember, power accumulators, the max they can max output is 20. So if you have, you know, a few of them and a larger atomic accumulator, you'll be able to power a bunch of stuff even when you don't have the power, even if it'll just be negative. We're continuing on our journey here. Stacking up metals pretty good. Probably in our best interest to add some more storages. The concrete. Concrete will fill up quick without us really noticing, with stuff happening in the background and us focusing on domes and things like that. And if it does, these machines will stop. Now it'll warn you, but you know, if you're busy and doing stuff, then no. A food depot. So my cargo ship's here. When it'll be fueled up fast, we'll get it out of here and we could start the process of picking colonists to come over. Get that going. We're in a good place already. I have autonomous sensors, I forgot, so what we can do is there's this salvage tool, okay, and we don't need these anymore because these run autonomous. Split grids will go away. New planetary anomalies found. No resources not scanned. Let's make sure we have things to scan. Yeah, we do. Okay, good. Okay, let's look at these. So now, remember, we're here before none of these question marks popped up. So we're here. This is our home base here. It also shows your missing sponsor, commander profile, funding. Like, you want a quick look at all this stuff. If you ever want a quick look at all your stuff too, you go to the command center. And in the command center, you get a lot of your information, right? So you can see that, and you can also go individually and look at important things. This is going to come into play a lot later on. You have to manage more things. But let's go ahead and do planetary stuff and look. So for this one, Project Redwood, it requires 7 officers. 12 hours, you get a breakthrough. I don't have any officers. Probably not for a while. 3 botanists. That's going to give us research progress, which is good. We could probably do that soon once we get the botanists on the planet. This is 3 drones. We can actually do that as soon as that fills up. I'm going to send those 3 drones over there. And that's going to bring research, which is good. This is 7 any, and that's going to bring research as well. This one's an RC commander, which I don't have. So over time, you know, you get a bunch. You can knock out the ones that you actually can knock out depending on the personnel. Yeah, as soon as this fills up, I'm going to send 3 drones over there to make sure it empties and fills up. What we probably need to look at too is when that comes back, where are we going to land it? We pick another place. I have an idea, since probably going to add another dome here. So basic dome, that's what a basic dome would look like there. Basic dome's good because of the spire. I mean, it doesn't matter the distance, but it's probably okay. Let's turn it off because they're going to build it if I don't turn it off. Gives me room for something here, something there. Now I'll probably build another launch pad, or landing pad they call it. Unexplored sector. Got to be careful with things like that because this sector right here is unexplored. So if I put something on top here, which isn't much, there's not, I doubt anything's gonna be there. So I'm actually just gonna do it because it's right next to it. See here, it's not unexplored.
Research complete.
So I'll put it here and they have access to that. But now I can also land, you know, when stuff comes in just for cargo. We need another. Research complete. Earth Mars initiative. Now we are getting more research. 500 from the sponsor. We're at 800. Going through this stuff. Going through it. Be good. Moxie upgrade. Producing increase. Yeah, it's at 77%. So, you know what? We could knock that out. It's good for now. This is off. Let's make sure it turned off. And how do I know when you click on it? Or you click on it over here and you hover over. And I needed, basically I put that there. Remember, I'm planning out. I'm planning everything out. So we have some more metals. This metals look like it's filling up, but while this is unloading and filling up with fuel, we're continuing our planning process, okay? So I'm going to grab that other drone hub and determine what's a good spot here. See how they overlap now? That's great. I want them to. I want them to overlap because then I can run pipes and electricity through them.
Sector scanned.
We move it over a little more. And then maybe get in there a little bit. So I'm going to click on that and then get an idea. Might be able to move this up a little more now. Because I'm going to put another one here so they'll all overlap. That's why I bring the drone hubs almost every time in the early stages. These are probably my final positions for these drones, just like the drone hubs. That one's ready to go. Eventually I'm going to have one here in the middle connecting everything, but right now I could just start to plan and, you know, get concrete going, domes down where I think they're going to go. Same thing here. And then as things open up, you just start to plan and go. I could probably fit a dome, a long dome here, a dome here, a water here, can fit stuff there. What's nice about this right here, this overlapping, I can put the resources here and then both of them can use them. They're kind of far though, so I don't know how good of an idea that is. It's just something to think about. It's possible. I might do it though. What I'm talking about basically is putting these things in the middle here. It's right here because both drones can come over here and get stuff instead of setting up a whole area here and then a whole area here. Research good. Turbines. Gets a little more power. Then farms. More applicants. Fuel compression. So remember, you don't have to go in order. You could skip around like and get things that you need. Like after these, I'll probably come get some utility crops and atomic accumulator. Let's see.